got it. Play the beat.
Okay, let's get serious. First of all, it's not a joke. It's very serious. Christmas album, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. We just want to send this out to my man right now.
Tell me, how do you pronounce your name?
Tupac.
Tupac.
Remember, like two and Pac like pocket. You won't go wrong. Just Tupac.
Good. Looking good. What's your best Christmas memory?
Let me see. When I thought we didn't get any gifts for Christmas, I was in Baltimore. I thought we didn't get nothing. There was a knock on the door. My sister's principal from her school came, and they had like this charity, whatever, where they give like the turkey to the poor family on the block. We was the poor family. So we got this turkey. I got some cheap boots, you know, got little cheap trinkets. But on Christmas, you want as many trinkets as possible. And so I got a whole bunch of little tiny things. It was cool. We got free cheese, free beans, free butter, free everything. All that little government surplus stuff. But on Christmas, you needed, I mean, as opposed to us having an empty refrigerator, empty nothing. So I just remember when it first came, you know, and it's always like a Christmas carol playing around Christmas time on somebody's TV. And I just remember that first feeling, like really feeling like, you know, dang, this is Christmas. You know, this is like the give thing. The give thing. That's when I used to feel the sorriest for my mother. It's because there was no man there, you know, and this is a woman, my mother. She had to tell us, you know, she had to make it like Mary, and there was nothing there. There wasn't even regular dinner, let alone Christmas dinner, you know, and she had to like explain to us how, like, I mean, it's so hard to sell that all we need is each other's speech, especially when your stomach hurts, you know, and she's telling us that as our stomachs are going, she's going, all we need is each other, it's meat. But I thought it was just so beautiful how she just would be strong and she would do it. And she would never use that time to go, your fathers are really jerks, you know, they really left me here. But they did. Our fathers really did leave her. And I mean, our fathers, like my father, my sister's father, different fathers, but they really did leave us. And, you know, they didn't call on Christmas to help my mother explain why the hell we ain't getting no gifts. They was just like, you know, with they woman, wherever they was, being big shotty, being Santa Claus to somebody else's kids. And so, I mean, no love taken from my father, God rest his soul, but, I mean, I got it. He better not expect nothing big on Christmas.
Tell me about some of the special things that someone growing up in the inner city in your situation deals with.
Okay. Man, it's like, that's deep. It's like, when you're born, usually you're born into a dynasty or an empire, right? You're born like as a junior or, you know, following in your father's footsteps. You always tell your father, he did this, or your father, or your grandfather, he did this, or we got this, or the family heirlooms. There's none of that in the outer city. I call it the outer city because we left out. There's nothing. We don't get any family heirlooms, the family crest, all that stuff that you would think is so important was meaningless. Because I mean, come on. Our family crest was cotton, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's like the only thing we can really leave behind is culture, is music, you know, and dignity and determination. That's what we had. So it's like, I feel as though I'm cheated because instead of me fulfilling my prophecy, I have to start one. Instead of me, you know, doing a good job and carrying on the empire, I have to build one. And that's a hell of a job for a 21-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a job for any youngster, male or female, to have to build an empire for your family. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, especially when the odds is that, you know there's somebody else who lives in the inner city, the real inner city, suburbia, who, when he's born, I mean, 16, he gets a car, automatic. You know, there's money in the bank for college. You know, it's Christmas, go to vacation somewhere. Our vacations was down the street, cross town, grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? That was the vacation. Or, you know, or jail, to be even more real. And I hate to make this like sad story, but it's real. Because this world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in the ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme, gimme, gimme. everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped. Just, you know, I feel like, instead of us just being like, slavery's bad, slavery's down, bad whitey, bad whitey. I mean, all right, let's stop that. And everybody's smart enough to know that, I mean, we've been slighted. And we want ours. And I don't mean by like ours, 40 acres and a mule, because we passed that. But we need help. I mean, for us to be on our own 2 feet, us meaning youth or us meaning black people, whatever you want to take it for us to be on our own 2 feet, we do need help. Because we have been here, we have been a good friend. If you want to make it a relationship type thing, we have been there, and now we deserve our payback. It's like you got a friend that you don't never look out for. You know, you dressed up in jewels. Now America's got jewels, and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. And it's like, you know, everybody need a little help on their way to being, you know, self-reliant. I mean, if this is truly a melting pot in the country where we care about it, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that. And it needs to be the black kids, and if there's a white person who got money, then he need to help them. He need to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it need to be real. And it need to be before we all die, and then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money. We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you got to pay your own karma. And that's when God make you punish, when God punishes you. Because I feel like, you know, it's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1 million, $1 billion, and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way that these people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants. I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion, but can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms and you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. It don't. And then these people celebrate Christmas. They got big trees, huge trees, all the little trimmings. Everybody got gifts, and then somebody's starving. And they're having a white Christmas. They're having a great Christmas, eggnog and the whole 9. That's not fair to me. I think that when there's hopelessness, people revolt. Because it's like there's nothing else. Like, you know, it's like we're going, is America gonna help us ever? You know, because I mean, we know for a long time they haven't. Are they ever? And it's like all these things are showing us no. And you know there's somebody going, no, they're not gonna help you. No, they're not gonna help you. And then of course, we seeing, no, they're not helping us. All BS aside, it all comes down to we gotta survive. I mean, even warriors put their spears down on Sundays. We got to survive here in this country. Because I'm not going back to Africa. We got to survive here. And for us to survive here, white folks, black folks, Korean folks, Mexican folks, Puerto Ricans, we got to understand each other. We got to take a bigger chance. And when I say Americans, people think I'm talking about Uncle Sam. I mean like actually Uncle Sam with the gray hair and the flag. I mean you, the guy, you know, you, the mechanic, wherever, you. I mean, you need to do something. You need to check yourself and see how racist you are. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Biggie, Smalls, Notorious, B.I.G.
What up?
Himself. What's up, dog?
Fella?
What's happening? Finally, we finally get to sit here and kick it on my jump.
It's my man right here, too.
All love.
Stay bumping heads.
Let's get right into it. I need to get right into it. It's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of questions I got. First, let's get on to this album. 1997. Hip-hop is popping. Lovely.
No
You're
doubt.
one of the major players in this thing. What are you coming with now?
Well, I got the Life After Death double CD dropping March 25th. And I just want my spot back, you know? I chilled, came out with the Ready to Die. Everybody was feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And I rested for 2 years, worked on the Junior Mafia. Lil' Kim, now it's time for me to come do my thing, you know?
True indeed. And with this album, you have hooked up with a lot of people, and I bring that point up because of all of the territorial stuff that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
You done hooked up with 40, you hooked up with the Bone, Short, hooked up with everybody. Are you making a statement?
I just wanted this. Actually, before you get started, the 40 thing didn't come out, you know what I'm saying? Because he had a lot of pride, you know. His hands are filled with his
water.
You know, so he had to do his thing. But I just wanted to just show the versatility, you know what I'm saying? Show that me and Bone could do a joint together, me and Short could do a joint together, you know? R. Kelly, whoever, whatever.
Sure, big.
You know?
Now, the joint is called Life After Death.
Yeah.
What's the meaning? We supposed to catch from that? Because the first joint was ready to die. He was ready to die.
No
he
doubt.
was going out all guns. He was coming at him.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's Life After Death. What's the whole feel with this?
The way I was feeling when I did Ready to Die was, I was feeling like I was already dead, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just being in a situation where my mom's working, going to school, just leaving me open to dip and dab into different things, you know what I'm saying? It just left me kind of stuck. My mentality was more on some getting paper, not caring about nothing else, not caring about nothing, just wanting to get mines, you know? I got the record deal, and when I started doing Ready to Die, it was a lot of anger, you know what I'm saying? I was just, a lot of hatred coming out, you know? It was real, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just real angry. Life after death is the flip side of things, you know what I'm saying? I can't rhyme about being broke no more. I ain't broke. You know, I can't rhyme about hustling in the streets no more because I don't hustle no more, you know? So it's the life after. It's all that's over with now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't hungry no more, you know? Now it's a new beginning, you know what I'm saying? It's the life after the death.
About this time last year, there was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of turmoil, a lot of rumors being spread. Pac was making songs, all kinds of stuff was going on. You sort of took a different standpoint than what I expected. I thought you were going to come, you were going to be real, You kind of was silent on it. What was that all about? What were you thinking?
I was more in a mind frame of, keep your mouth shut, big. You know what I'm saying? Just don't feed into it. If you feed into it, it's going to do nothing but escalate. You know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't true. Well, at least what I knew I was getting blamed for wasn't true. I can't speak for nothing else. You know, I wasn't there. But I know what he was blaming me for wasn't true.
Right.
So it don't make no sense me sitting there trying to make records or hit magazines and TVs screaming how it ain't true. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't true, I just got to egg it. You know what I'm saying? I got other things to do, man. You know?
With that situation, what did you learn anything from that? Out of all of that, where we sitting now, did you learn anything from that?
Yeah. And it's a funny thing, I kind of realized how powerful Tupac and I was. You know what I'm saying? Because we two individual people, we waged a coastal beef. You know what I'm saying? One man against one man made a whole West Coast hate a whole East Coast and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And that really bugged me out. Like, yo, Duke don't like me, so this whole coast don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him, so my whole coast don't like him. It just kind of let me know how much strength I had. So what I'm trying to do now, you know what I'm saying, with his untimely demise or whatever, I got to be the one to flip it and take my power and flip it like, yo, they got to be dead, you know what I'm saying, because he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? He can't be the one to be like, yo, I want to squash it because he's gone. So I got to take the weight on both sides. That's why I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? Right. We hit every club, every radio station, you know. We get our little eye screws and everything, but I just tell them straight up, yo, you know you love me. It's real. Because, I mean, come on, you don't got ready to die? Let's be real, but we got to be real about it.
I got the jump. Everybody I know got the jump.
There you go, you know what I'm saying? Just because that man had a beef with me or I had a beef with him, that don't mean you can't like me. Ask me what's going on. Ask me what's going on. I'm going to talk to you just like you're a regular person. So I got to squash it.
First time I ever saw you perform, I was at Bowie State University's homecoming, and you and him were on stage together.
All right.
And I, at that time, this was before I had the show, I was doing a lot of reading and understanding that y'all had a friendship and a camaraderie that went back. He passed. How'd you feel?
I mean, I was more shocked than anything, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't more shocked to him dying. I was more shocked to him. Pac is a strong dude, yo. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying? He's real strong. So when they was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? It kind of took me by. I mean, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that. So it kind of turned me down a little bit. But at the same time, you know, you got to move on. You know, I felt for his moms, for his family or whatever, but, you know, things got to move on, you know. I felt them. I still feel them. You know, we got the records. You know, I'm out here every day. He run the radio station. He ain't got heavy rotation. He got every rotation.
Every rotation.
You know what I'm saying?
Everywhere you go.
I hear him, and every time I hear him, I feel him. So he gonna always be here.
So with this video, what's the concept? You got boats, you got helicopters, you got dancers, you got everything. What's up with this joint?
I just want my video to be hotter than Puffy's. Puff got the hottest joint right now.
Puff got the hot joint out in the desert, everything.
Yeah, man. I just want my joint to be hot. I was like, I don't care what you do, man. Just make it hotter than yours.
Make it dope.
Just came up with this concept of just police coming to get me again. You know,
as usual, as usual.
And the chase is just real dramatic, man. Real dramatic. You know, you saw the movie Rock?
Right.
Remember that Ferrari Hummer chase?
Right.
We're trying to get there. We're trying to get to that level. Just real intense. Just some real action packed. Trying to do it, man.
That's how you do. Hip hop video, man, is taking a big step. Let's say if you was Run DMC and this was 1987, 88, it wouldn't be this big. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be happening like this.
It would have been over already.
What's up? It's bigger.
Everybody wanted to get to that level, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to just be bigger at what they're doing. At least I know I do. I look at everybody else and, you know, they got the Crystals and they got the pretty girls and they got the Benzes and everything. So that's kind of like, that's like the mediocre stage for everything.
He didn't have a driver's license.
You wanted to take it to that
and
next
Adrian
level.
Gregory went through so many changes to get him this truck and drive it up to him on the set. And how surprised he was that he made it to 21. And so often we talked about it, and I would tell him, you have got to stop this death thing, because it was like a twin.
His body of work shows he could see something, you know.
I know he knew. When I see that last picture of him taken in the car, and he's looking out the window, and there's absolutely no expression on his face, I knew. I just hope he wasn't afraid.
I don't know, like he saw it coming. I mean, out of the songs that we, you know, out of a lot of songs that we did, you know, for him to talk about death, I mean, he would talk about it all the time.
He always thought he was going to die prematurely. He gave Layla, you know, a lot of the poetry books. He said, you know, when I'm dead and when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying, hold these and then let everybody know this side of me as well as whatever I've already exposed. And that's prophetic type shit, man. God let him know that he only had so much time to make an impact.
He was a pre-thinker. Yeah, you wonder, how could he make a song, God Bless the Dead, praising Biggie after Biggie died and Pac died first? Because Pac was a thinker like that. He was always plotting. If I died this way, put this out. If I died this way, I want you to put this out. He was thinking and he wanted to cover all those bases. That's game, ain't it? Woo. He was playing to win. He had a plan E, much less a plan B.
After attending a Tyson fight in Las Vegas, Tupac, who was sitting in the passenger seat of a black BMW, was shot multiple times. Miraculously, the driver of the car, Suge Knight, escaped serious injury.
His daughter could have been sitting there right next to him, you know. He called her and told her that he would see her later on, because after the fight, they had a fight with the Crip, you know, and he didn't want to jeopardize her. So he must have felt something, too.
I cried right then when I heard. You know, anybody who loved him is still affecting him right now, guaranteed.
He was obviously with people that didn't love him. He was supposed to have been protected.
Whenever you have anybody that goes down without a struggle, without defensive actions, responsive actions taken, I always question why.
My first thought was like, but when he come out of this one, he really gonna think he's invincible.
Tupac was admitted to University Medical Center where he underwent surgery, including the removal of his right lung.
I walked in the room to visit him, and he was trying to tell me something that'd always be one of the mysteries in my life. I don't know what he was trying to tell me, but he was trying to tell me something. And he was shaking the whole bed. He was a warrior, you know, to the end.
On September 13, 1996, after 6 days in critical condition, Tupac Amaru Shakur was pronounced dead He was only 25. Quincy Jones said if Malcolm X died at 25, he would have been a street hustler named Detroit Red. If Martin Luther King died at 25, he would have been a local Baptist minister who had not yet arrived on the national scene. And if I would have died at 25, I would have been known as a trumpet player and struggling composer, just a sliver of my life potential.
Pac was a prophet. He knew things that none of us seen yet. And Pac ain't never let me roll with him to pull no gun on no black man. Cause he's seen a lot of brothers gone, a lot of sisters gone, a lot of children gone. Pac wasn't no gangster. I rolled with Pac. We came up together. Pac was a soldier.